Hi everybody, here I am going live. Alright, we're just gonna do what I do. We're gonna do a quick energy check-in. What is the energy in the field during this next 24 hours? Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. Let me say my prayer. I invited my higher self to be here with me for the next 24 hours, and I invite in any of the higher selves of the listeners, or all of the higher selves of the listeners, to be there with them for the next 24 hours. Higher selves, thank you for being here with us for the next 24 hours. Thank you for putting us in front of the people who we need in the next 24 hours. And thank you for putting the people who need us in front of us in the next 24 hours. That includes 3D, 4D, 5D, and social media. And any other dimensions and spaces that you want to include. Thank you, higher selves, for being here with us. All right, so now is the time to put in your special prayer request with the Most High. All right. Thank you, Most High, for hearing our prayers, and thank you for redirecting us if we need redirection. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I invite in the ancestors to be here with us for the next 24 hours. Thank you, ancestors, for being here with us. Thank you for guiding us along our paths. Thank you for walking with us along our paths. And thank you for letting us walk alongside you along your path. I invite in any unconditionally loving spirit guides who want to be here present with us for the next 24 hours. Thank you for being here with us. And then finally, I invite in our guardian angels to be here with us for the next 24 hours. Thank you, guardian angels, for being here with us. Thank you for keeping us sane, healthy, and safe for the next 24 hours. All right, awesome. Okay. All right, so let's find out. So what is the main theme of the energy in the field for the next 24 hours? Let's see. King of Pentacles. It's interesting. This card has been coming up for me a lot recently. Getting a very specific message. There is someone who is destined to come into your life, and this person is on their way. All right? This person may be watching you. This person is somehow in your energy field. Hopefully they're not lurking. It might be a lurker, but if they're a lurker, no. I mean, they're not for you, right? But anyway, there is a person who is destined to be part of your life, who is coming. The two of you are coming into a meeting with each other. Like, it just means you're coming into alignment on the 3D plane, meaning like you're lining up physically to manifest in one another's lives, okay? So this is, if this person hasn't already entered your life, then they're in the process of entering your life, if that makes sense. All right, so let's get another theme. What is another overall theme of the energy in the field for this 24-hour period? Yeah, this is a timeless reading. Whenever you come across this, it is the 24-hour period being referred to. So let's see, what is another theme? says, not a mermaid, daring. Not a mermaid, daring. I like that. Perhaps that is a characteristic of the person who you're destined to line up with in the 3D. Maybe that's a characteristic of them, or maybe that's just a characteristic of you, or maybe that's just the theme. I guess this is just the theme of the next 24 hours. It's going to be daring. It's going to feel like, oh, well, why don't I climb out on this limb, climb out on this tree branch and see what happens. It's going to be kind of a daring. I like that. It's going to be exciting. Someone might dare you to, maybe you'll be playing a game of truth or dare. It's possible. You never know, right? What's the wildest dare? Has anyone ever dared you to do something and you did it? If so, if you have a good story, drop it in the comments. I don't really have any good stories. I don't have any good truth or dare stories. I feel like any game of truth or dare I ever played just like evaporated into nothing very quickly. Like, I don't know. There was nothing exciting ever happened to me during Game of Truth or Dare. And any Game of Truth or Dare that I played, like, ended very quickly. Like, ended within, like, a minute to 5 minutes. Like, it was over. I don't know. I have nothing exciting to say about the Game of Truth or Dare. All right, let's move on. So what is the overall theme in this next 24-hour period? What is the overall theme in this next 24-hour period? Let's see. It says female saints. Did you read that? Female saints. Okay, well, if you have a favorite female saint, drop it in the comments section. That's okay. So I guess, like, you know, that's a good theme to have in the field for the next 24 hours. Female saints. Again, like I said, if you have a favorite female saint, please drop it in the comments. Trying to think, the only female saint who's a female saint? Is Joan of Arc a female saint? Yes. All right. I don't know. I feel like that was confirmation. Joan of Arc. I feel like Joan of Arc is up in this energy field for the next 24 hours. So yeah, if you think about some of the saintly qualities of females that, you know, in the great pantheon of saints, they're brave, courageous. You know, oftentimes they go, like, you think of Joan of Arc, she sort of went against the grain. You know, she followed her heart. She followed her higher mission, her higher purpose. And she showed great nobility of spirit through her integrity. All right, so what is another theme in the field, the overall general feel of this 24-hour period that we are in? Let's see. All right. Healing. Ooh, that's a really nice one to have. Healing. Here it says, the frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. Well, that is a very good theme. That is a very good theme to have in the field for the next 24 hours, healing. see, what do we have here? The Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. What do we have? What does that look? It looks like there's two figures on here. They're sort of like descending. Looks like Katabasis. Do you know what Katabasis is? The process of Katabasis is like descending into the underworld to go on a journey. So definitely getting there's a descent. There is a descent that is happening in this 24-hour period. Again, you're gonna be called to be daring and to go on sort of an underworld journey, so that you can learn, think of a female saint. Like, who is a female? There's probably I can't think of a female saint who went on an underworld journey, but I know one of the Sumerian goddesses, Inanna. She had a very famous journey to the underworld that was about sort of like letting go of her old identity, which is the process of descending into the underworld. You're sort of like, you're letting go of all your material attachments and all your concept of identity. And then when you go on you have an experience in the underworld which transforms you into you're sort of like a snake shedding its skin, like sort of like the updated, the updated new version of you then emerges, as you've been forged. And what is it called? What do they do to a sword to form a sword? But anyway, oh God, I can't think of the word. Honed, sort of like your whatever the experience is that you have, it forges you, it hones you, and then you emerge sort of like, yes, based on your destiny, but also based on, your character. What was the experience you have and how did it affect you? That type of thing. What is the theme in the field for the next 24 hours? Let's see. Okay. Let's see. What do we have? Aquarius. Gonna be Aquarius vibe, and we are in the season of Aquarius right now. So, and this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius as well. So it says, Saturn, the planet of, so planetary rulers of Aquarius are Saturn, the planet of responsibility, and Uranus, the planet of revolution. The element is air, the mode is fixed, and the motto is we are beyond what we think we are. Interesting. That's a good motto to carry as you journey through the underworld, All right. What is the overall theme of this 24-hour period? What is the overall theme of this 24-hour period? Oops, that's too many cards. All right. What is the overall theme of this next 24-hour period? Let's see. What is the overall theme of this next 24-hour period? Look. So what do we get? Uh-oh. We got this card. There's a man running. It looks like there's an angel. Is that an angel? No, there's looks like Medusa. She has two serpents in her head. Okay, so I'm going to read. Hold on. I'm going to read the book for this one. Hold on. Let me go get it. Let's see. process. This can take a while. But yeah, see, this doesn't look like a very, like I said, there's a feeling of descent that is happening, a katabasis, an underworld journey that is going on at the moment. So that can feel, sometimes an underworld journey can feel. Remember, underworld journeys are here to help us to shed our old skin, and then the experience we have in the underworld hones and forges our, based on our character, based on how we handle whatever situation we run into while we're in the underworld, that will forge and hone us. And a lot of that is based on our character or how we form a character. Hold on, let me see here. But, so this looks like, so on your underworld journey, you may encounter an experience like this. An experience in which you are attacked by Medusa in the sky, throwing snakes at you. Looks like what's going on. But let's read what the book has to say. Here. About this one, if I can find it. I can find the picture. It's hard to find these because they don't have, as you can see, the cards don't have numbers on them. And they don't, okay, here it is. Okay. But they have like sort of a illustration based way of finding the page. This is page 85. Okay. So the Furies. Says, signature, is that right? Virgo, Aquarius, Mercury, Uranus. Yeah. Okay, let me just double check. Sorry, I'm one of those people who has to double check that I have the right page. But I believe I do. Yep, 85. The Furies. Well, we all know what this means. It says the spirit of revenge, paranoia, persecution complex, madness, discarding conventions, being haunted by the Furies, extreme restlessness. So, if this card is coming up as the problem, it says you are burdened by a guilt, which is now manifested as repressed fear. You think no one will notice it unless it is disturbed, but you personalized your guilt a long time ago, and now it makes you restless. Epstein files, anyone? Let's see what's next. The way through the problem. It's about time to build a house for your guilt and everything it has made you do. There can only be one home for your actions in your consciousness. Your conscience can only gradually find peace once you have clarified and worked out the bearing an action has upon your soul. The outcome. You have stopped fleeing from the Furies and wisely accepted being unable to escape quote-unquote punishment. The Furies can only transform themselves once you have assented to their judgment. Then they can curtail their wrath and turn into the gentle Eumenides. Interesting. Yeah, I remember a while back, I was doing readings on here and the Furies came up, the Arenas. Anyway, the kindly ones, as some called them, because they come to avenge wrongs done against women. So, yes, the Furies are present, guys. So, for those experiencing a descent, expect to meet the Furies, alright? Alright, so the overall theme of this next 24-hour period, let's get going. I'm trying to make this as fast as I possibly can, this reading. I'm trying to do these readings again. It's mainly for me. I mean, it is only for me. But, I want to get a lot of content for my, my TikTok and YouTube channels. And this is just fun. Doing these lives is just the best way to film for, these energy check readings. Okay. Okay, what do we have? Okay, we have experience reversed. All right, let's see what the book has to say about this. Okay. All right, so the experience card is a depiction of the movie Hellraiser, which is a 1987 movie directed by Clive Barker. I've never seen Hellraiser. Drop it in the comments if you've seen Hellraiser. What is your review of it? So we have a quote. We have such sights to show you. It says, in an all or nothing culture that feeds on extremes, in which everything is the absolute best or the abject worst, it might be tempting to go many steps beyond. Can any mere mortal's taste match the appetites of the explorer, hell-bent on pushing limits yet unknown to most? So in the reverse position, this card directs us. It says, intensity can be its own reward. Intensity can be its own reward. All right, guys. I think that's it. I think I'm gonna keep these energy checks pretty short. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for joining me. And I'll be back. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. Peace.